Okay, I'm going to do a quick update. I haven't put an update on the Superdual for a while. I've just been riding through the northeast Victorian countryside, which is pretty good. Okay, firstly, these tyres. Okay, on red clay, they're not the best, alright? So, it's like ice skating. All I can say is don't put the brakes on when you hit red clay, which I don't do anyway. But anyway, so the bike's looking a bit muddy. Okay, I've had its first service done the other day. I'm going to change the tyres over next week, but yeah, so I'm really happy with the bike. Okay, I've had no real problems with it. There's a little side stand switch issue, which basically the bike won't cut out when you put the side stand up, which I'm not particularly worried about being an off-road bike, but it's a problem that they're looking into at the moment. They don't all have it, just seems to be mine and my brother-in-law's. They do have this little tap problem. A couple of them, they seem to break. They're not very strong. Alright, that seems to be an issue. And one other issue with the bikes, these are just minor things. The bike's fantastic. Is this bolt going into the rear subframe. Now, you probably can't see that, but that bolt there can come out and snap off. Only because it's a really long, thin bolt going into the subframe. So what I'm going to do is get a high tensile steel bolt and replace it. Quite a simple fix, you know. Some people have even taken the rear foot peg area off and put a shorter bolt in there because they're really not a two-up bike. But I've put these little givey side bags on the panniers, the pannier racks, just to carry tools on that side, and the other side I carry my oil and that sort of thing in there, so I carry my oil in that. But I'm really happy with the bike. They're a great bike, really good off-road, fantastic on-road. What can I say? I'm really happy with the bike. Okay, it's got a few little issues. Man, I've spent 20 grand on new Triumphs and Ducatis that have had problems. So no bike is perfect. As long as the problems are fixable and they're little niggly things which can be sorted out, that's not an issue. As I said when I first took one for a test ride, yeah, it does buffet a bit. So I'm going to put one of those little givey screen thing on top of the screen to stop the buffeting a bit. That'll cut it right out. But it's a great bike. The engine's fantastic. It thumps along. You can sit along the highway. 110, no worries at all. It's not revving its head off. 6-speed, fuel injected. Okay, it's like I said, it is a great bike. There has been one other little thing I have heard about, is the nuts going into the where the air filter is, the air filter box, which is just there. These nuts, apparently if you over tighten them, can strip. So you just got to be careful not to over tension them up when you put that on. That's pretty much it. Like I said, the bike's great. You can get optional 1821s for the Euro 3 models like I've got. If you want them. I honestly don't think I need them, unless I'm going to be jumping over logs and that sort of crap. I really can't see the point of the 18. These just do a fine job as it is. So I probably might end up getting them. Just if I ever sell the bike, I think it'll be a good option to have. But if you want a really good solo bike, that two guys have actually just gone from the UK to Mongolia with them, done over 15,000 kilometres, and engine wise they only had a few little problems. One was that bolt, fuel pump, only because of the poor quality fuel that they had in Mongolia and places like that. But and they said if they did it again, would they use the same sort of bike? And they said yeah, they would use an SWM Superdual again. So they're not a two-up bike, just let me tell you that. They're just too small seat space for two-up. So if you want a good solo bike, that's great for long distances on the road, great for off-road, fantastic. I think it's the perfect 50-50 bike. I would put this in line with a bike that would be two-up, would be the African Twin. Obviously this is light, this is only 179 kilos fully fueled, and they're a bit heavier than that, but I think they're the perfect big dual sport bike because they're not quite that heavy and they're good two-up as well. So if I was to have, I don't know, 2 bikes in my shed, only 2 bikes, possibly, maybe this and an African Twin if I was going to do two-up riding. For single riding, this is the go. And I got my DRZ 400 to do really gnarly crap and all that. Okay, no worries. I hope you like the write-up I've done, and the scenery too. But I tell you what, this red stuff, you probably can't see it, but it is gnarly as hell when you hit this gnarly stuff. Okay, no worries. See you later.